Hey, it's Paul Gough. So let's talk about one of the problems again, and another misconception that I see happening as PTs try to transition out of network or towards cash. So the common fear that a lot of PTs will live with is that as they move into cash or they move out of network, and obviously they're expecting their clients or their patients to pay more money now out of their own pocket. One of the fears that I see, or one of the things that is tempting for a PT to think that they have to do, is to give more time to a patient because the patient is paying more, that they have to give more time. And again, nothing could be further from the truth. Patients have no clue how long a session should last, and if you let patients judge you on the time that you spend with them, then you're failing to acknowledge that what patients are really there for is not the time that they spend with you, it's for what you do with them in the time that you have with them, which is a pretty significant difference. So any PT that is trading time for dollars is guilty of not communicating the real value of what we actually do to help people. And adding more time to a session, more often than not, it isn't needed, and more often than not, patients don't actually want it. Because if you said to most patients, I can fix this for you today, within 5 minutes, it's $150, do you think they'd have a problem with that? Of course they wouldn't. If anything, that's what they would want. So sometimes spending more time with them can be a hindrance, because it's another reason why they might not come. I've known of PTs who've done 90-minute sessions, I've gone from 60-minute sessions to 90-minute sessions, and the number of sessions that the person has actually booked has dropped off, or the number of cancellations or no-shows has increased. And that's very, very natural, very logical, because a lot of people then all of a sudden have to factor in 2.5 hours, 3 hours in a day to go for PT. That's not what they really want. So when you're transitioning to cash or out of network, more time is not the answer. Better communication skills is the answer, and speaking to patients in a way that they can clearly understand what you're about to do for them and the transformation that you will get for them, be it to be able to live a life without pills, to be able to avoid surgery, to be able to walk further for longer, whatever it is that they want you to do for them. They don't care if you spend 45 minutes or 60 minutes with them. They want it done in the quickest, fastest possible, easiest way. And if your value proposition is right, as you transition out into cash or out of network, then you really don't have a problem with trading time for money. And if you're not careful, you can end up running your entire organization and entire business around price and time. And right now I'm in Las Vegas, and a funny thing happened as we drove from San Diego to Las Vegas. We saw two huge billboards, literally within, I want to say, 1,000 feet of each other. One of the billboards said hotel rooms for $40, and 1,000 feet later, another billboard said hotel rooms for $39. And my fear for a lot of PTs is that is the level of marketing that they're at. They're literally adding more time is just one step up from reducing the cost and running on the fact that you're $5 cheaper than your competition. And it's not really a good place to be. You are much better off spending more time with patients at the beginning of the relationship so that they can understand what you do, they can interpret the value of what you do, they are clear on what you will do for them in terms of the outcome and how it will be achieved, and understanding how long it will take to be achieved. And everybody's focused on the transformation. We're not focused on the skills, because again, if you think of it that way, if you're thinking about it from a time point of view, you're thinking about how many rubs you can do of the leg, or how many stretches you can do, or how many exercises you can give them. And the patient really isn't keeping count, and the patient really doesn't care. All that the patient cares is, quite simply, what's in it for me, and when do I get it? That's all that they want to know. So my message today is, if you're transitioning towards cash, or you are moving towards an out-of-network clinic, or leaving some insurances, and you think that you have to have more time to justify the decision, it's not the case. I would wager that most PTs can actually spend less time with their patients, and nothing will change. There will be very few patients who will ever question, and do I get 60 minutes for that or 50? Bearing in mind that chiropractors spend sometimes 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Osteopaths might spend 20. Massage therapists can be 30 minutes to 40 minutes. Some PTs are 40 minutes or 60 minutes. Patients don't really know what the standardized length of time is, and it's usually been set by the PT themselves. So more time is not the answer. As always, it's better communication skills, better ability by you to help somebody see the true value of what you do in exchange for the fee that you want to set and that you need to set to be able to run a business on your terms, to make the profit that you want, that allows you to live the life that you want, and ultimately have a long-lasting, successful business that serves these people better than anybody else.